I'm going to talk briefly about a phenomenon that I call algorithmic fade. This is a thing you see more and more of online, where people are making content that's optimized to the algorithm, and the algorithm is trying to optimize content for people. So you have a feedback loop where people are chasing the algorithm and the algorithm is chasing people, and people end up becoming highly one-dimensional versions of themselves because they're trying to create something for an algorithm. They're trying to optimize literally the thumbnails, absolutely everything to get clicks and views and likes and everything. But the problem is that clicks and views and likes are just a reflection of what people are interested in. And what people are interested in is actually an emergent property that is really fully expressed over time. You can't just, if I simply put a bunch of books out in a library, the book that got read the most in the first week would not necessarily be the book that everyone is going to read the most. I mean, let's look at the Bible. The Bible started off as the Old Testament, for instance, which is in some ways more read now than the New Testament, or about equal, I don't know. Whatever. The Bible started off as this fringe cult's book. The Jews had their own Jewish cult, because that's how things went back then. I mean, everything was just called a cult. You have the cult of Zeus, cult of Athena, all this stuff. The cult of Athena is actually a sword maker who's, I don't know, I have to buy a sword from them and see how it is. But basically, you have algorithmic fade. So cult of Athena, that's just an interesting example. Why do I know of them? I know of them because I got recommended to buy swords from cult of Athena because of product quality. So most books that people actually read that end up becoming read over time and cited over time, because that's another indicator of attention, is it's not the result of trying to create something that people will think is popular. Like Nietzsche was not popular in his own time, but now Nietzsche is tremendously popular and becoming more and more and more popular because he's just actually profound. He actually created something of value. And ultimately the internet and all these search functions and attention functions of human beings and the internet and social media are they're emergent properties that exist because human beings are interested in things. Those come and go, but things of value that actually pertain to the things that everyone wants and needs and pays attention to, which can be seen emerging over time, those stick around because all of these search engines are all meant to help you find things that are valuable. Like the Ray Peat forum, the guy's been dead for 8 years, but the Ray Peat forum is still of value. I'm making a Week to Warrior forum that's going to hopefully continue the work of the Ray Peat forum, unless they replace it, because it's its own thing, it's its own archive. I mean, that's its own. I'm not going to replace the Ray Peat forum, but I just want to provide a more updated place for people to continue those discussions and reference the Ray Peat forum, because it's really hard to figure out the specific information, because again, it hasn't been that active, but people are still trying to find it because it's actually valuable. And that's the thing, is if the information you're sharing is actually valuable, then that's good. I mean, you might not get as much money or as much likes and clicks and stuff in the short term, but what you do get will be more lasting. So you won't have to keep recreating things, and you also get to be yourself. You don't have to have this algorithmic fade by which you try to please the algorithm. The algorithm tries to please people who are trying to please the algorithm, who are conditioning people to consume content based on this insane feedback loop. It's not the goal. Done.